This is the Sportsreel on the network service of NTA, Africa's largest television network. Warm welcome to our conversation segment on Sportsreel today. And we are going to talk about the Nations Cup starting this weekend in Morocco. I have with me in the studio to dissect some of the issues that might be coming up at this year's Africa's most glamorous soccer fiesta. I have Coach Onome Freeborn in the studio. Coach, you are welcome to Sportsreel.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's start from home, Nigeria. So how do you think the Super Eagles can fare under Coach Eric Chell with their rebuilding?
We expect a good performance from the team. Quite unfortunate they were unable to qualify for the World Cup, but I believe the boys, they are up to the task in putting themselves together to give it the best shot and, make the fans win Nigerians proud.
All right, from that group, do you see Nigeria coming out of that group? We have Tanzania and others there. Yeah, Tunisia, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia.
Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. We're looking at Nigeria and Tunisia as the two teams that are capable enough to, giving their best shot and qualify out of that group. Tunisia, they are a stronghold from previous competitions in this same African Cup of Nations. But with a couple of squads we have, young talented squads, the likes of Osimhen and the likes of
Ademola Lookman will have will bring up his A game this time around.
Exactly.
And
Akko
we have Akko Adams
yes,
also scored for Nigeria very well.
Now in Fulham.
Morocco, they will be the hosts. They will start the competition on Sunday.
The likes of Hakimi, the present holder, and they want to give it their best shot to ensure that they represent their nation and a host nation coming out victorious.
I think, all right, that's Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire. I think
Egypt, South Africa, they are in Group B.
They are in Group B.
Alongside Angola and Zimbabwe.
All right, so, who are the likely two suspects that will come out from that Group B?
I'm looking at Egypt and South Africa. Good thing South Africa, they've qualified for the World Cup alongside with Egypt. I believe this is going to be a preparatory ground for them to, give it.
Egypt won the Nations Cup 7 times earlier. Do you think they are going to make it the 8th title this time around?
In football, we can't say it's impossible. If they come up with something tangible, work on their tactics, I believe they can get it right.
Okay, let's move on to Group C.
Okay. Group C, Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I'm giving it to Nigeria and Tunisia.
All right. Okay, before we even go ahead, let's quickly talk about Nigeria again. It seems the captain is out of the team now. Probably, I think Stanley Wabalitu is trying to nurse an injury, and it seems the team is shaky. What would be your advice at this particular point in time?
Truth be told, every Nigerian footballer, those that are being called upon, they really want to give it their best shot. It's quite unfortunate that what we have presently in the camp, majority of Nigerians, we don't really believe in what they can really put up relative to what we have in the past Super Eagles. But those that are being called up, they should see it as a privilege, as an opportunity to represent the nation and give it their best shot, because Nigerians are putting their hope in them. We're putting their trust in them.
Okay, you are a coach.
Yeah.
Do you think Eric Chell, the coach, would deliver?
Eric Chell, we have to, be sincere about the whole thing. He has the ability to also do well. Placing it side by side with what other coaches have done in time past. Just give him the benefit of the doubt. I believe he can come up with something tangible.
All right, let's move to the next group, which is
Group D. We have Senegal, DR Congo, Benin, and Botswana. I'll give it to Senegal and DR Congo. I remember DR Congo, they
thought Nigeria's lesson. Yeah, they doing the World Cup qualifiers.
They have a talented squad and they have what it takes to cause an upset. So Senegal, we already know what they are capable of
doing.
So I believe.
And that same DR Congo team, I think almost all the team players, they are home base and they are doing fantastically well.
They are doing well. They are doing well. That's one issue that is currently affecting our own nation as a country where you have bigger boys not willing to adhere to coaches' instructions. Some persons, many a time, they want to fake injuries. No one not willing to play for the glory, go for the glory. They tend to, foresee what maybe their clubs want to offer them relative to what the nation is offering them. So in most cases, you see players trying to fake injuries, trying to avoid certain games. They themselves want to tell you, this is the game I want to play, this is the one I'm not going to play. It's not a good one. But if you give it to teams that majority they are home-based, they want to give it their best shot to sell themselves out.
In fact, during that last match against Nigeria, I was so perplexed. DR Congo teaching the mighty Super Eagles of Nigeria lessons, teaching them lessons of how to play football. They are probably stuck in their own half, and they are just firing from all cylinders.
I'm telling you, from the first half down to the second half, even till when they got to the extra time, they were up and doing. Group E: Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan.
Okay.
Sudan.
Some people have okay. Let me hear your predictions.
I'm giving it to Algeria and Burkina Faso.
What about Sudan? That's another surprise team that some people are giving it to. They beat Nigeria in the Nations Cup match for the home-based Super Eagles, 4-0 or so.
Yes, but when it comes to this stage per se, no nation is a pushover, no nation is a walkover. But when it comes to football, paper do speak at times.
All right.
And history do speak at times.
Okay.
2019, we have the likes of Algeria. When placing it side by side, you won't pick Sudan over Algeria.
Okay, so what are your criteria for picking Algeria and
okay, we are looking at a solid squad. We're looking at the in-depth of squad, the players they have to carry out the day's activities, especially when it comes to big games. So we're looking at Algeria and Burkina Faso. One thing I've come to realize in football, every team that is being opportune to qualify for the African Cup of Nations, they want to ensure that they're not pushovers, they're not underdogs. Definitely some teams, some countries will be tagged underdog, but a team like Burkina Faso, giving it placed side by side with other nations in that same group, they want to believe that they have what it takes to cause an upset.
An upset. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next group. Probably we'll see another team that will cause another upset.
Group F, we have the likes of Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique. So I'm giving it to Ivory Coast and Cameroon. Ivory Coast, they are the defending champions, and couple the squads and the young talents they possess, I believe they have what it takes.
On the note, so what are your general expectations from this? This is Africa's showpiece. This is where African talent can actually show to the whole world, the Europeans and other continents that this is African football.
Yeah. Generally, those that have qualified for the African Cup of Nations, they want to give it their best shot to ensure that come the next wrap of the seasons in their club side, they want to have the opportunity to be given that chance to be selected.
All right, your final words for Super Eagles.
Super Eagles, wishing them the best of luck, wishing Eric Shea the best of luck.
Coach, thank you for coming on Sportsreel.
Mr. Lawrence.
Any other time we hope and you are still going to join us to actually analyze as if events unfold during the ongoing Nations Cup in Morocco, and it's starting this weekend. I want to wish the Super Eagles the best of luck, and we want them to shine and tell them and show them the true Nigerian spirit that can win even when the odds, and even when all odds are against them. That's the discussion segment on Sportsreel. Sportsreel will return after this time out. Please stay tuned.